So today I decided to do this super smoky winged liner and I went all out. As you can tell, I did put a little bit of some shadows, but mostly my key point today was the eyeliner. I did this look about 2-3 weeks ago and you guys were going crazy and asked me how I achieved my eyeliner, how I get my eyeliner to look like this. So here you guys go. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell notification so you get notified every time I post a video. And thank you for the support and love. I love you guys so much and keep on watching. First things first, I'm gonna prime my eyelids with the Born This Way multi-sculpting concealer in the color Vanilla. And I'm just gonna place them on my eyelids. And this is just gonna prime. You can either put a eyeshadow base or a primer, eyeshadow primer, or you can put a concealer, and this is just gonna cancel out any redness that you have on your eyelids, and it's gonna be a base for your eyeshadow to blend out. So I'm just gonna take a fluffy dense brush and just pat it into my eyelids. And I like to use a pat motion. We're gonna start with our eyeshadow. The palette that we're gonna take today is by Beauty Creations and it's Cali Chic. The brush I'm using is the Morphe M433 and it's just a fluffy brush. We're gonna take Marina and just swirl it around. And today we're gonna do a wing liner. And to blend, I first like to place it and do circular motions, then windshield wiper motions back and forth and swirl. I really like this palette and it's super inexpensive. I think it was like $12, so I highly recommend getting it. I really like Beauty Creations. They have really nice and affordable makeup. Now we're gonna take a combination of Sunset and Beach Babe. And we're just gonna place that in the outer V and start blending. We just want that to be a little darker, just so the outer V can have a little bit more of dimension and more color. So I'm gonna take the Morphe M441. It's another blending brush. And this is just gonna take out the excess amount. Like I said, I just want a little bit of color because our focus today will be our eyeliner. Now I'm gonna take Bone White shade, this one right here, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna cut my crease with the color itself. I'm not gonna actually cut the crease with the concealer, but I'm just gonna cut the crease with this shade. I'm just gonna set it in my crease like so I can open up that part of my eye. Then I'm gonna go in with Sunset and Beach Babe and set it right there. I'm gonna marry the two colors together. This is gonna look super pretty, trust me. Trust the process. Okay, so the eyeliner I'm gonna take, it's the e.l.f. Jet Black eyeliner, and we're just gonna do a wing liner. We're going all out with the wing eyeliner today. What I like to do is get it and then take off the excess amount of product on the tip of the container, like so. And how I do my wing, I start by the end at my lash line and just going up. I start from the middle and then draw a line and connect the two lines together. And then I fill in the triangle. Practice makes perfect, so just keep on practicing. If you don't get it the first time, don't get discouraged. It's okay. Everyone learns, so just keep practicing and take your time. Now we're gonna do the inner corner, and what I like to do with the inner corner, I like to take a makeup wipe. Make sure you do this step, if not it's gonna be so hard to get your inner corner. So I like to take the excess amount on the wipey, and then I like to work from the product that's on the tip of the container, just because it's a little bit compared to the whole container itself. So I just go like this and then start drawing my inner corner. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 lines. One from my upper lash line towards the bridge of my nose, the second one from my lower lash line and connecting the 2 lines together. This forms a triangle. Go ahead and start shading in that triangle. Take your time. So this liner is not hard to draw, but it is time consuming. So what I recommend you to do is just take your time. Don't worry if you mess up, because we can always go in with concealer and conceal it later on. I'm gonna take my small concealer brush by BH Cosmetics and clean up any mistakes. Now I'm gonna take a small brush and tap the concealer into place for a seamless blend. Now I've done both eyes. This is how they look. First thing I'm gonna use is the Mario Badescu Skincare facial spray with aloe and rose water. Now I'm gonna take the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Moisturizer. And I really like this cream because it's super hydrating, and my skin right now is super dry. So if you need a good hydrating moisturizer, I recommend the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. I'm gonna use 2 primers today. The first primer I'm gonna use for my overall face is gonna be the Master Prime by Maybelline. The second primer I'm gonna take is by e.l.f. and it's the Poreless Putty Primer, and it looks like this. I just like to get with my finger and place it on the sides of my nose, because that's where I have the most pores on my nose, so on my T-zone. The foundation I'm using today is by L'Oreal, and it's the Infallible 24 Wear, and the shade I'm using is 430. What I like to do is I like to put 2 pumps in the back of my hand and let that warm up a little bit. I feel like I like to warm up my foundations in the back of my hand because I just like the overall finish, and I just like to let it sit for a little bit, warm it up, and then place it on my skin. Dot it all over my face. So first things first, I'm gonna start blending out my foundation with the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. I'm just pouncing the foundation into my skin. If you guys are looking for a very good everyday foundation, I recommend this one. With that being said, this is a buildable foundation, so don't be afraid. You can build it up and it won't look cakey on your face. So now I'm gonna take my concealer, and the concealer is Born This Way by Too Faced and in the shade Vanilla. And I'm just gonna put it in the places I wanna highlight. So under my eyes. And I wanna snatch the nose, so a little bit. Right here, the bridge of the nose. Now I'm gonna take my cream contour, and the palette I'm gonna use to cream contour today is by Pinky Rose Cosmetics, and it looks like this. You do get 4 concealers, a blush, and then 5 contour. So I'm gonna take the 2 deepest, and then I'm gonna take a flat brush and then get this and then contour my nose. And then contour my lips as well. I'm gonna go in with this brush and get a little bit of the blush. Place it. So now that I look like a Duvaline, we're gonna blend everything out. I'm gonna use the synthetic brush that I usually, or the stippling brush that I usually use to blend out my foundation. I'm gonna use it to blend out the concealer and the blush together. And the key to do this is blend upwards, not downwards. And just right now, I'm marrying both of them together. Now we're gonna blend out our concealer because we've let it sit for a little bit. I like to let my concealer sit for a while. Tap, 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 tap. This look is gonna take a lot of blending, but the end result is amazing and worth the blending, I promise. Now we're gonna blend out our nose contour. We're gonna get this brush and start combining the concealer on the side of the nose with the nose contour. So just flicking it up and just blending everything together. Okay, so now we're gonna set our concealer. I like to use, or the Mercier. I also like to use the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 10. So I mix both powders together. I like to take a kabuki brush, dip it into the powder,
Now I'm going to set my concealer by pressing the powder into my skin.
We're going to bronze up our face and we're going to take the Hoola bronzer by Benefit. We're going to take a fluffy brush, swirl it in there. And like I said, I like to go upwards, because if you go downwards, you can smear your makeup.
Now I'm gonna cut my bronzer with some translucent powder and the Morphe sponge.
Let's do nose contour. So what I like to do is I like to take the Morphe E62, and then I like to take the Hoola bronzer and start carving out and snatching my nose. And then I go in with the Beauty Blender again and then cut the side of my nose. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my blush, and I want a pretty pinky blush today. So I'm gonna take Kylie Cosmetics in the shade We Are Going Shopping, and I just like to swirl my brush and then hit my cheekbones. And for this, I'm gonna smile. Let's finish the lower lash lines. I'm gonna take Sunset and Boss Babe and just run that underneath my eye, just to give our lower lash line a little bit of color. Now I'm gonna take Laguna, which is a brown, smoky brown, in the palette, this one. I'm taking the lip liner by NYX and the shade is Cold Brew, and I'm gonna overline my lips. Now I'm gonna take a lipstick by L'Oreal and it's All Out Pout.
So this is the end result. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see next. Don't forget to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification button so you guys get notified every single time I upload. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the love and support, and I really hope you enjoyed this video.